Hey guys, today the model is actually larger than my setup, unfortunately, because my setup is kind of landscape and this model is really tall, so I'm gonna have to go actually out of my kind of like comfort zone. Obviously you can see things on the left and on the right, there's minifigures there. But I'm gonna go through the modification I made for the Across the Spider-Verse set. If I put my phone there right now, I'm gonna show you guys what originally came in the set and what I changed. So obviously like this big kind of house area here was not in the set, and you can kind of pop this off like this. And what was in the set was this originally, and there's actually not much in this other than just like the grocery store and the car. But when I was building it, I saw these like jumper plates and I was like, you know what, this needs to be its own MOC. So I ended up adding another extension to the top, which is this area here. So I'm going to walk through this with you guys. I'm going to show you what I put on the inside, and if I turn it around, of course you can see there's loads and loads of details on the inside. All of these are details from the movies. I'm going to go through each floor with you guys. I'm going to show you what I changed about the set. So on the first floor, we have the Morales apartment, which I thought would be perfect because it includes a Jefferson Davis minifigure, and he can fit in here nice and snugly now. So the reference I got for this was based off the Spider Within short that they released, I think last year. But I thought that was really, I'm going to take this off to let the light in. And if you can see now, I included the fireplace and the chair, and then also this is in the short. It's like a desk with a stereo on it, but it's kind of behind the couch. Like the actual layout is that the couch is in front of the TV, but I had to move it so there was like standing space for the figures, because there wouldn't have been if there wasn't now. I don't think any plate exists in this exact shape, which is 14 studs long and 6 studs deep. So I had to come up with 2 plates and put them together, and I also added this plant here and this popcorn because obviously in the Spider Within short, Jeff Davis is trying to watch a movie with Miles, but he says no. On the second floor, we have Miles's room, which is heavily featured in both the movies. So we have Miles's bed here, which kind of changes colors. Obviously he changes his linen. I wanted to add 1 stud there so that there was a place for him to sit so he wouldn't fall over. So say if we grab our Miles now, like you can put him standing in it without having him fall out. So I'm going to place him in here, and now like if you kind of shake around, like he won't fall out, which is really handy. This is his drawing desk that we see in the first movie, and he draws Gwen. Now obviously that isn't a picture of Gwen, but it was the best I could do. And then there's his bookshelves, which he has action figures on. And then of course I didn't have the right amount of posters because obviously it's a wall full of posters in the film, so I just added 2 video tiles to kind of get the effect of these posters. And then on the wall we have this portal, which is the one Gwen visits him from. So if I want to grab Gwen from over here, I can place her here as if she's coming out of the portal and visiting Miles in his room. Along the outside we have the same build on the 2 floors, and of course the roof can come off as well. Unfortunately though, I think the bricks I used are kind of old because the clutch is a bit weird. So here's the top floor I used. I used the same color pieces and I based it off the party for Jefferson Davis's promotion in the film. And then we have a spider web on the wall and just some nice nougat pieces with light grey mixed in and out. And then I wanted to add another one of Spot's holes, and this just slips on to the wall like that. It's the same design they used in the set. I wanted to keep it consistent with the set, so that looks kind of like the rest of them. And then we have the fire escape here, which is super simple. I do not like building fire escapes at all. I think they're really weird to make. But I just use a ladder, and then you can see how I built it here with the bars, and then these clip on the side of the building. So this is what the frame looks like for one of these expansions. So I have each wall 1 brick thick, and then I have the fire escape on the side. This is what the outside looks like. I have emptied out the first floor, and as you can see, it gives you a 5x12 space to design an interior for it, which is a little bit too small in my opinion, but that's the size that was given in the set. Unless you want to give your rooms no walls, you can do that, go ahead. So this is what I built, and then I just ended up adding the pieces on the inside of this. Now obviously this piece here is a little bit flimsy because it's only attached by 1 stud, and it's pretty big plate, so when you're putting minifigures on it, sometimes you can like feel it kind of cracks and breaks a bit. So that's why in both of the models I try to put a piece on top of the gap here, and I think that usually fixes it. You could, if you wanted to, obviously put like a plate underneath to kind of lock that in like this. But in my opinion, I kind of prefer these being like flush or flat with the ground, because they have to be flat here or else you'll have like 3 plates of grey bricks, which I don't really like seeing like too many lines in a building. Now I know we have these colors here, but I think it matches with the rest of the model. I was thinking of doing this kind of like weird, like medium nougat. I don't know what the color is. I think it's dark tan for the color that's right here. below the black tiles, because I thought that was maybe where they were leading it. And originally I wanted to do brown, but I just don't have enough brown bricks to build an expansion that size. And I recently bought a secondhand bookshop, the modular, so that's why I have so many of these in Nougat. And then of course you double that up and you just build another one here. But I included a stud on the side here so that you could see a stud poking out, and you were able to attach a web from that. And then if we spin it around, of course, it's the exact same on both sides, except one is decorated and one isn't. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I hope to expand a bit more in the future, because as you can see, like, they have pinholes here on either side. They've one on the side here of the model, and then they have more on the back as well. So hopefully if this video does well, I will add more expansions to the side and be able to do like maybe stands, costume shop from the first movie, or maybe some other buildings from the universe. But this is a really quick model that I put together, and I think it looks really, really good. I think it adds a lot to the entire build, and of course it's a lot taller. Unfortunately, I wish that wasn't so narrow, but that was just the blueprint that was like made in the set. Now, of course, the blueprint isn't as big as I would have wanted, but I think I managed to put in the most interesting details that I could for the size that I had. Now, I know in the movie, Ma's apartment is just one floor, and it's not one floor but the other, but I think I fit in the most interesting things that I could based on the size I had. I was thinking of maybe doing Spot's apartment, where he has all his weird sciencey and technology stuff that they find in the movie, and have the blown up wall. Or I could have done Gwen's apartment, but that's in another universe, so I didn't want to mess with that. Maybe if this video does well, I will do more on this mock like I said earlier, but if it doesn't, I don't know, I'll do something else. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see more people expand on the set and make modifications in the future. If you do, please let me know, and I'd love to see it. Send it to me on Instagram or TikTok. Tag me in your TikTok videos if you do, please. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.